Hello, I am a day late for my Veda video, day four. Today I titled the topic, What I've Learned as a Mom, which sounds really profound, but it was really just going to be basic things that I learned after I had kids that I really should have known before I had kids, probably. The absolute biggest thing has been car seat safety. Because for some reason it was not common sense to me that you tighten the straps up really nicely, make sure they're not twisted, put the chest clip, which I didn't even know was called the chest clip, on the chest, and, read the manual. I never read the manual to things. Like, I don't read the manual when I put together an entertainment center or something like that, so it wasn't common sense to me. And I know it's not just me, because I know this is a mistake a lot of people make, and I try to help them when I see them making the mistakes. Some people don't want to know. I didn't want to know. I don't know. Like, the more I thought about it, I did, because it was my child's safety. But initially I felt attacked, like someone was... I just felt like you're pointing out that I'm a bad mom or something. I don't know. I was young. I was 20 when I had my first kid. And somebody pointed out on one of my pictures on Facebook at one point that the straps were too loose. And it's kind of funny because it had been a really long time that I was posting pictures of me putting my kids in the seat wrong for 2 years before anybody said anything. So I learned that the chest clip goes on the chest, that you don't twist the straps. In general, to just read the manual. And that forward facing, you want to put the little shoulder holes, like you put the straps higher than the shoulders, but if they're rear facing, they go lower than the shoulders, or at shoulders. All that stuff I didn't know. And I had my second kid was like 6 months old before someone was like, the straps are really loose, right? My dad at one point had said something to me one time about them being too loose, but that was a time where I deliberately left them too loose because I thought I wasn't supposed to rearrange stuff. That was a different situation, but it still didn't click for some reason. And now I'm that person who might say something, but not in a nasty way, because I get it. I understand putting them in their seats the wrong way, because I did it. So I'm never judging anybody. I just want to help. But sometimes it turns into a thing, so I might not say anything. But one of my really close friends said recently, kind of offended even, she was like, wait, why would you not tell me that? That's my child's safety. And I was like, oh, we were kind of new friends and I didn't want to make waves. And she's like, oh that's my kid's safety. Please, please, if you see me doing something wrong, tell me. And that made me realize that I shouldn't really be worried if it's going to cause a rift. If it might help you, I think it's worth that. But that's not the only thing. I definitely learned better tips on breastfeeding. Even the doctors didn't give me very good tips when I tried to breastfeed my first daughter. And way too soon I started supplementing. Like, within the first couple of days I supplemented because she would cry all the time, and I was told, oh, she's hungry, she's not getting enough. And then I learned that their stomachs are like itty bitty, like pea-sized in the beginning. So with my second one, I would like syringe feed her little tiny bits of formula just to appease her, and so she wouldn't get used to the bottle. And that's what worked out for us. And then after that, it was natural. With my third and fourth, it was easy for me. I would just keep them at the breast all day, and that just worked out, which one of the pediatricians actually told me not to do that, but that's what ended up with. They said that with my second, and with my third and fourth, that's what worked. So lots of things. Everything else, I think a lot of the stuff you learn as it goes. The biggest thing is that you can never be fully prepared for anything. And I think you don't really know until you have kids of your own. And I know a lot of people, oh, I babysit kids, and I've watched my nephew, or I helped raise this person. But I really, I know a lot of people agree that, until you're there, you don't really know what it's like or what you're going to do. I've actually had a couple of lectures from my stepdad recently about certain things that he didn't agree with that I was doing, but he's never had his own kids, and I was like, oh, if you had your own, let alone four, I think you'd see it from my side. So, I don't know, I think you learn as you go. So this is just things that I've learned, but I think that the car seat safety and stuff like that, those are tips that it's good if you know it before I did. The sooner the better. I mean, it's important. Oh, coats also. You're not supposed to put coats in car seats. I didn't even know that one until a few years ago. So those are tips that are helpful to everyone.